Hello friends, I welcome you all to the Genius Academy platform. In last lecture we have seen how to write mains answer about Harappa, and we have also compared Harappa and Egyptian or Mesopotamian civilization. In that we have covered political, religious, economical and societal perspective, and we learned how to write in a brief point on every topic. So we have covered till now in our history lecture series prehistory. About after that there is Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic age. After that we have covered Harappa, how Harappa came to its peak and how it's get downfall. And after that we are going to see Aryans, Vedic period. This Vedic period was divided into two forms: early Vedic period and later Vedic period. There is the gap of around 300 to 500 years between the declination of Indus Valley civilization and emergence of Aryans. What the word means of Aryan? That means superior. Aryan consider themselves as the superior race, and we can see this evidence in their literature form also. They concentrated and gave importance to the purity of blood. After that we can also see this, they have divided different type of varnas. So what is the theories how Aryans came to India? This was the debatable issue, and still it is debatable. Different historians gave different theories. So we will see what is the time period. Its time period is 1500 BC to 500 BC. About dates and chronology, in our first of lecture we have learned about the chronology, how to remember all and how much it is important, because if directly there is question, they will either ask the time period, who is the early, who is the later. So you should know the time period exactly. So here we are going to see some of the most important theory which are given by historian about the emergence of Aryans in India. First theory is the European theory. European theory. What this theory says? This theory says Europe is the homeland of Aryans. Europe is the homeland of Aryan, and they came to India in several branches. And by whom this theory was given? It is given by the William Jones. विलियम जोन्स ने ये थ्योरी दी थी. Another theory we will see. Another one is the Central Asian theory. We will write Central Asian theory, by which what this theory says, we can see this will say Central Asia is the homeland of Aryans. Central Asia Aryans का homeland है, and they migrated to India from Central Asia, and this theory was given by the Max Muller. Max Muller ने हमें ये theory दी थी. You can write this fact in your pen and paper or notes which you have written, or I think that you already read about something. So you can write this type of theory. If you include this theory in your mains answer, it will enrich your marks. And we can also write about this. There could be question in 2 marker. They directly ask the Central Asian theory. So what you have to write? It was considered as the homeland of Aryans, and it was given by the Max Muller. Next theory. Let's see next theory, that is the Arctic region. Arctic region theory. What this theory say? Northern Arctic was the homeland of Aryans. Aryans came from North Arctic because they have mentioned about 6-month night, 6-month day in their text. So by whom this theory was given? This theory was given our great national freedom fighter Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Bal Gangadhar Tilak have given this theory, and he says that Aryans didn't come from Europe or Central Asia, they came from the northern Arctic region. Next theory, that is Tibet theory. Tibet theory. In this, Tibet was considered homeland of Aryans. तिब्बत को इसमें होमलैंड माना गया था आर्यंस का. एंड बाय whom this theory was given? It is given by the Sachidanand Dayaram Saraswati, SD Saraswati. So we have seen Tibet theory, and at last some historian also told that those are the indigenous tribes which was living during Chalcolithic period, which was the contemporary of Harappa civilization. So we have already seen the theories behind the origin or the migration of Aryans from other continent to India, or either they are indigenous people. So we have seen Western thinkers also and our Indian also. So now we will going to brief into this, dive into this Rig Vedic period. So Rig Vedic period is divided into two types. Early, that is also known as Rig Vedic period, and another one is later Rig Vedic period. What is difference between both of those period? There is difference in the social system. Woman condition was good in the early Rig Vedic period, but in later it deteriorated. Many sacrifices will increase in the later the Rig Vedic period. Society was divided further. We have seen different type of yagnas in the later Vedic period. So all about this we will see in our lectures. So let's start the Vedic corpus, which is divided into early and later Vedic text. So early later Vedic literature, जिसे कि ऋग वैदिक कल्चर भी कहा जाता है, इसका जो टाइम पीरियड है वो 1500 से 1000 BCE तक है. और जो लेटर ऋग वैदिक एज है, जहां पर हमने डिफरेंशिएट करा है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सोसाइटियल डिफरेंस, कंडीशन ऑफ वुमेन, कंडीशन ऑफ पुअरली क्लास पीपल, डिवाइडेड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ वर्ना. ओके, so later Rig Vedic period, it is from 1000 to 500 BCE. Rig Vedic Samhitas are the major text of early Vedic period, and in later Vedic period we have seen Rig Vedic Samhitas, which was described in so brief. Samhitas of Samved, Yajurved, Atharvaved. These Ved are further got elaborated, okay, and these Veds are introduced in this period. So Vedic literature, first literature of Indian history. We have seen about prehistory, there was no written script. In Harappa we have got some photocentric script, but we can't able to decipher them. But here, first time in the history of India, we have got the evidence of literature. Through this we can identify the social, economic and political condition of that period. And our history also we have got from Rig Vedic or Samved or Yajurved or Atharvaved. So startingly in the early Rig Vedic period, these documents are not in written format, they are just oral. They also known as Shrutis. These oral documents are transferred by one generation to other generation by orally. We have seen so many changes, but it is in later period these documents are in written form. So early these are transferred orally from one generation to other generation. First one, that is Rig Veda, it is the main Ved, Samved, Yajurved, Atharvaved. So these are the four Vedas are given in our Rig Ved period. Let's see what type of Vedas. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ऋग्वेद. ऋग्वेद में 1028 हाइम्स है और 10 मंडल है. मंडल मतलब बुक्स. 10 बुक्स आर डिवाइडेड एंड व्हाट थिंग्स आर मेंशन्ड इन दिस बुक्स. वी हैव सीन द अर्लीएस्ट मंडल 2nd to 7. These are considered as the particular families of ऋषिज. जो ऋषि मुनि हम सुनते हैं, सप्त ऋषि, और इन सब के बारे में इन मंडल में दिया गया है, जो कि मंडल 2 से 7 तक. मंडल 5 मंडल 8 जिसमें कि कानवास की फैमिली के बारे में इलाबरेट करा गया. मंडल 9 विच हैव द कंपाइलेशन ऑफ सोमा हाइम. व्हाट इज द सोमा? Soma is a type of drink which early Vedic people used to drink while they do yagna. Okay, it is a type of we can relate it as a alcoholic and type of drink. So, but this drink was for so much sacred for Rig Vedic peoples. Mandal from 1 and 10. In this of this Purusukta there is 4 varnas आर गिवन. वर्ण का फर्स्ट सबसे पहले हमें उदाहरण कहाँ मिलता है? जो मंडल 1 and 10 है उसमें पुरुषुक्ता में 4 वर्ण दिए गए हैं. अगेन अबाउट सामवेद. सामवेद, व्हाट इज द उपवेद ऑफ सामवेद? गंधर्व वेद इज द उपवेद ऑफ सामवेद. एवरी वेदा हैव देयर ओन उपवेद. सो एंड व्हाट वाज गिवन इन द सामवेद? इट इज हाउ टू recite those hymns which are given in Rig Vedas. Rig Vedas में जो hymns दिए, how they recite, it was given in the Samveda. Yajurved. Yajurved, in this how to perform sacrifices is given, and it is also further divided into Shukla Yajurved or White Yajurveda, Krishna Yajurved or Black Yajurveda. This contain the type of mantra which are recited either during daytime or during night time. Atharvaved. Atharvaved is the collection of magical spells, charms and for the against the evil spirit and diseases. जो आज के टाइम पे we are saying the disease महामारी, so they have their own magical spells in order to make themselves cure from those type of diseases. So about magical spells, Atharvaved contain those magical spells. So now we will see the Brahmanas. What are Brahmanas? These are the type of text which explain about the rituals which are given in those Vedas. Rituals and sacrifices, those are the most important part of those period. So Brahmana used to explain those, okay, which are given in Vedas. This also perform the guidance for the priest. Those priest how to sacrifice. वो हवन एक जब आज भी हम देखते हैं हवन करता है तो उसकी एक कोई विधि रहती है जो कि प्रीस्ट को परफॉर्म करनी रहती है. तो वो जो गाइडेंस है कि हाउ प्रीस्ट यूज टू परफॉर्म दो सेक्रीफाइसेस and rituals, these are given in this Brahmana. What we can say? We can see this as the गाइड ऑफ प्रीस्ट ऑल्सो, ये प्रीस्ट के लिए गाइडेंस का काम करती है. दिस आर कंसिडर्ड डिस्क्राइब द रूल्स फॉर परफॉर्मेंस सेक्रीफाइशियल सेरेमोनीज. ओके, जो सेक्रीफाइशियल सेरेमोनीज होती है ये उनको डिस्क्राइब करती है. दे हाउएवर एक्सप्लेन द हाइम्स ऑफ वेदा इन द ऑर्थोडॉक्स मैनर. एक तरह की रूल बुक है जो फॉलो करनी पड़ेगी. एवरी स्टेप वाज गिवन इन दिस in further detail. Each Veda have several brahmanas attached to it. हर वेद का अपना particular brahmanas book है. So the most important brahmanas, that is a Satpat Brahman. The most important Brahman is the Satpat Brahman, which was linked with Yajurveda, and it is the most extensive brahmanas which was given. It recommends 100 sacred paths. जो सेक्रेट पाथ से ये उनके 100 से ज्यादा तरीके बताता है. नेक्स्ट, आर्यंकास. व्हाट आर द आर्यंकास? दे आर दोज एंशियंट टेक्स्ट विच आर द पार्ट ऑफ वैदिक लिटरेचर. ओके, एंड व्हाट दे वर्क एज अ ब्रिज बिटवीन brahmanas, which we have already seen, which contain rituals, how code of conduct, how priest used to follow while do sacrifices or yagnas. And another is Upanishads, which contain the philosophy of Vedas. So Aryankas are the bridge between Brahmanas and Upanishads. ये एक तरह से ब्रिज का काम करता है. What? Because in Brahmanas rituals are given, in Upanishads philosophy are given. So this contain both. What type of both? It focus on philosophical and meditation perspective also, yogas also. So we can say these texts are the bridge between Brahmanas and Upanishads. So we will see Upanishad further, but you should remember these are the bridges. And these are known as the forest book, which was written mainly by the hermits living in the jungles for their peoples. तो ये एक कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट ही हम मान सकते हैं, written by those people who used to stay in jungles. They deal with the mysticism and the philosophy and oppose sacrifices. This also used to oppose sacrifices. There are less sacrifices in the Rig Vedic or early Vedic period. The number of sacrifices increase in the later Vedic period. So this contain mysticism, philosophy and oppose sacrifices also. And what it contained, it was the act as the bridge between Brahmanas and Upanishads. So next, Upanishads. What does it mean? To sit near someone. Just as in Guru Shishya Parampara, what teacher used to do, they orally transfer knowledge to the students. So there are around 108 Upanishads, which are 13, and they are the most prominent. What Upanishads contain? This contain the relationship between Atma and Brahm, and also focus lot on the philosophy about life, universe, self, body, sacrifice. So this contain the philosophy of Vedas, Vedic philosophy. We have seen in Sat Darshan there is the Vedic philosophy. ये एक तरह से आत्मा और ब्रह्म क्या होता है, how they both get interact. So how we can achieve nirvana. This is the main focus, and they said how to live life. What is God? What is Atma? What is Brahm? How to get break from this cycle of life. This whole philosophy, Vedic philosophy, was given in these Upanishads. They emphasize knowledge of self or Atma should be acquired. That relation of the Atma with Brahma should be properly understood. So what This Upanishads explain the relationship between Atma and Brahm. How Atma follow some steps and directly become a Brahm. Atma aham brahmasmi. This is the quote. What does it mean? We are Brahm, but we don't know our real ability. Once we know, we totally become a Brahma. Okay? So this is the Vedic philosophy. Atma and Brahma are not two separate entities. They are same. But we will become Brahma when we realize. Just we can see moon in water. Mundak. So in Mandukya Upanishad, Satyameva Jayate was given. Satyameva Jayate, and this Upanishad is the largest of all Upanishads. In Chandogya Upanishad, it clearly refers first three ashram and discuss the type of marriages. And it ashram starting में early Rig Vedic period में there are only three ashram, but in later Vedic period one more ashram was included. And what else it included? Two type of marriages: Anulom marriage, Anulom Viva, and Pratilom Viva. What was given in this? What is the meaning of Anulom Viva? Man in his own varna or below his varna, man used to marry. तो जो man है वो he can marry in his own varna or the below varna. Girl could be below of his varna or of his same varna. What was given in Pratilom Viva? The girl or woman can marry in the same varna or the lower than her or varna. So it seems that ये कुछ ज़्यादा वक्त मतलब ज़्यादा नहीं होता था. एक तरह से girls used to marry in her own varna or above her varna. So because that are not sanctioned by the Vedas, and it is rare. But Anulom Viva, it was not rare. People used to follow this. Let's see Vedanta. What is Vedanta? Vedantas are the limbs of knowledge. It literally end of Vedas. They reveal the final aim of the Veda. They condemn sacrifices and ceremonies. And this is the last phase of the Vedic period. So Vedanta is the main philosophy related to Rig Vedic period. सर बुला रहे क्या सर? नहीं, मुझे बुला रहे. So Vedanta. What Vedanta says? Vedantas are the end of the Vedas. It reveals the final aim of the Veda. It condemns the sacrifice ceremonies and denote last phase of the Vedic period. So Rig Vedic period का एक तरह से ये last phase था जो कि कंडेम करता था एक तरह से सेक्रीफाइसेस और रिचुअल्स, जिससे कि देर यहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस आ गया था सोसाइटी में. रिचर आर बिकमिंग रिचर, पुअर आर बिकमिंग पुअर. सो वी कैन सी दिस as the last period of the Rig Vedic period, because in later Vedic period this all ceremonies, sacrifices, these are increased in a huge number. So we can see the emergence of Jainism, Buddhism because of those things. Vedangas, word Vedanga, that means limbs of the Veda, or else we can say limbs of the knowledge. Okay, what they are? They are the supplementary text that aid to proper recitation and understanding of Vedas. So limbs of knowledge in Vedas, what they used to do, they used to understand and how and to interpret Vedas. We have seen all type of texts. This all are related to Vedas only. Either they are explaining type of Vedas, interpreting them, or they are giving code of conduct, how to read, how to perform. Either they are giving the way, suggestion to live life. So this all text, whatever we have read, this all are directly related to Vedas. So in this Vedangas, what they used to do, they properly make you to understand what things are written in Vedas and how to interpret those Vedas. Veda and Anga. Veda, we can say that it is a type of ancient inscription. And Anga, we can divide Veda plus Anga. We can say Veda as the ancient scripture and Anga as the part. Anga is the part and it is the ancient scripture. So it is the part of Veda. We can directly say like this. So let's see next further. These are not qualified as the Shruti. So श्रुति एक तरह से ओरली हम एक जगह से दूसरी जगह को कुछ भी ट्रांसफर करते हैं, उसको श्रुति कहते हैं. तो जो वेदंगास है उनको श्रुति नहीं कहेंगे. इट कंसिडर्ड एज द ह्यूमन ओरिजिन, नॉट रिवील्ड ऑफ गॉड्स एंड आर रिटन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ सूत्रास. Sutras are very short condensed statement that used to express varied ideas. So here this is the new topic, sutras. So what are sutras? They are what early people used to believe. They are saying of gods. This text, who wrote those? Which people are those? They are directly written by the God, but this is not true. So these are the human origin, and there are three type of sutras, that is Shiksha, Kalp, Jyotisha, Vyakaran, Nirukta and Chanda, that is matrix. So these are six type of sutras are provided, in which Kalpa Sutra, which is the main, and that is further divided into Graha Sutra, Dharma Sutra and Sarastra Sutra. Sarastra Sutra, it related with the Vedic sacrifice that required 3 or more fires. In Graha Sutra, what is contained? It contains simply domestic sacrifices which are require only 1 fire and pertaining to crucial life stages such as Upanyas and Vivaha and Antyashti, that is mean funerary practice. Dharma Sutra, which contain the rituals of dharma. See, these are also the sutras which contain how to perform which type of ritual. In this they use different type of fire used in yagna. Saurashtra Sutra, in this 3 or more fire are used. In Graha Sutra, this contain the domestic sacrifices and Upnaya and type of Vivaha rituals, and the funeral practice में किस type का rituals follow होगा and कितने type की fire लगाएंगे, ये तरह का. And Dharma Sutra, it concerned with the ritual dharma. Next, Purans. So we have completed up to Sutra, and we will cover this Puran in our next lecture. We will also see which type of sacred, different type of sacred books related to Rig Vedic period. After we will go to the next later Vedic period. Okay, so thank you all of you, and let's meet you in the next lecture with our further detailed analysis of Aryans.